What is up, everybody? So in this video, we're going to be walking through building playbooks, enrolling prospects in playbooks, and also discussing the details of playbooks and how they work. So let's start off by building one. To build one, you just need to scroll over to the playbooks tab, go ahead and click it, and then go over to create playbook if you don't already have any. If you want to edit one, you can just click view on the right here. We'll go ahead and create a new one. Create draft. And there we go. If you want to add some steps, just click the big blue add playbook step. You can add any one of these. We have email tasks, custom tasks, call tasks, and LinkedIn tasks. Let's start with an automated email. And there we go. So we've built our playbook, which is great. Now, how do we make sure it's designed the way we want? Well, there's a few things you should know. One is the first step always runs immediately. You can see step runs immediately. Other steps have a delay, and by default, it will run 7 days after the previous step. But maybe you want to send an email and then call them on the same day. You can make this 0 days, 1 day, or you can even make it a couple of hours. For now, we'll just leave it as 1 day, and we'll click save. And there we go. The last thing you need to know is how connection requests work on LinkedIn. So if you send a connection request, we'll give it time for the connection request to be accepted. And if it is accepted, it will move to the next step. So this is what this is. Wait 90 days for connection request to be accepted. Skips wait if accepted. In general, you want to give them as much time to accept that connection request as possible. You can just set this to 0, but we prefer to set it to 90 to give them as much time to accept that connection request. But again, if you have call tasks or automated emails after this, it may make sense for you to set this wait as 0. And that is how playbooks work. And then on the right here, this is the next aspect of playbooks. You can see sending settings and also change lead stage on reply settings. So sending settings, you have a daily enrollment limit. And basically what this means is how many contacts do you want to engage or move into the first step every single day. So imagine you have 2,000 leads and you want to engage 30 new leads every single day. You'd set this to 30. And then what you're able to do is you can enroll all 2,000 of those leads into this playbook, and LeadLoft will automatically add 30 every single day without you having to do it manually. So we'll save you a lot of time. The next thing is eject on reply. By default, this will be turned on, but if you want to run them through this or nurture them or whatever, you can turn this off. In general, we recommend keeping it on. The one beneath it is email unverified emails. Again, we do not recommend turning this on. It's recommended to only contact verified emails, but if you do want to contact everybody, you do have the option to do so. The next one is sending schedule, which days, sending time frame, the time frame you want to send to. And in general, we just recommend setting this to any time and letting LeadLoft handle how to send those emails on your behalf. And of course, time zone. The last piece down here is change lead stage on reply. I'm not going to cover that in too much detail here, but basically what it does is it allows you to update the lead stage depending on the kind of response you receive. So if you enroll the contact in this playbook and they responded with a positive response, you could update the lead stage to interested or anything else for that matter. You can also do it for a neutral response, a negative response, or no response. You can see here for a negative response, we're going to mark them not interested. For no response, we'll mark them no response. But if you want to learn more about that, check out our AI reply router demo, which covers that in a bit more detail. So now on to the next one. How do you enroll contacts or leads into this playbook? Well, for starters, you need to start it. So we'll click this big blue button that says Start Playbook on the top right. There we go. Our demo playbook is now live. Now there's 3 ways we can enroll prospects. The first one is from this page. We can just select a lot of leads. We can select all of them if we wanted to. Click Playbook, add to Playbook, and then click Enroll in Demo Playbook. If we were to click Enroll, they'd all be enrolled and we'd immediately begin contacting all of them. The other option is to manually enroll specific contacts. If we open this up, you can see here is Zach, founder of LeadLoft. You can go over and click Add to Playbook. Again, you can enroll this one contact into a playbook. And then the last option to enroll a contact into a playbook is to do it while you're prospecting on LinkedIn. So we'll hop over here. At the bottom, you can see LeadLoft's Chrome extension. You can see Playbook. If I select the playbook here, like Demo Playbook, as soon as I save a lead, we'll actually format that lead, and then we'll enroll them in the playbook. You can see I'm already saved. But if you were to click Save here, they'd immediately be enrolled in the playbook you selected down here. And again, we're going to format the lead so they're ready to go. The company name will be formatted, the contact name will be formatted, so you won't run into anything weird with people using parentheses in their names or emojis and what have you. It will all be ready to go. So feel free to be confident in prospecting contacts and enrolling them in a playbook directly. And the last piece here that I want to cover is what data is required in order to execute specific steps. So for example, you can see we have an automated email. If If you want to engage a contact using an automated email, they need to have an email. If they don't have an email, well, then they're just going to skip the step. And if that step has a delay attached to it, they'll also skip that delay. This applies to calls and LinkedIn as well, where calls cannot be made unless they have a phone number. So if they have no phone number or that phone number is marked bad, they'll skip that step along with the step's delay. And again, for LinkedIn, contacts need to have a LinkedIn URL in order to run an automated connection or an automated message. If they do not have a LinkedIn URL associated with that contact, they'll also be skipped. And the last piece here is you also need to be connected with the contact in order to send a LinkedIn message. So if you're not connected with a contact and you try to send them an automated message, that message will be skipped because you're unable to send it. If you want to learn more about that, I think it's easier to read it and see it in person. So we'll link it below so you can learn more about it. But that's how you can build a playbook and use them to engage leads. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our team. Until next time.